What's up, man? Hey, let's talk about this Teofimo Lopez George Kambosos fight, and I want to talk about the Omar Figueroa. I mean, not Omar, Brandon Figueroa versus Stephen Fulton. That was a great fight. But let's talk about the Teofimo Lopez fight. It was a disaster for Lopez. Doing the build up to the fight, it was a lot of postponements, redates. At first, Triller won the purse bid, and then I guess they bagged out, and the zone picked it up. And it's just Lopez to me was not focused on the task at hand. Him and his father kept talking about other fights and this possible fight, this possible fight, this possible fight, and his head wasn't on the task at hand. In my opinion, he started off fast. It seemed like he was trying to, live up to what he said. He said he was trying to he was gonna knock the guy out in the first round. So he went for the knockout, being aggressive, and Kambosos survived. He showed that he's a tough hombre. I seen when they made the fight, when they said he was gonna fight his mandatory, his name was Kambosos. I didn't know nothing about him, so I went to go look at a couple of his fights. He can fight. Again, at least against the level competition that he was fighting, it showed that he can handle himself in the ring. He can, he got some skills. He can fight. It's just that he was not a known commodity, a known name, and he went in there and it was a pretty good fight. Lopez got busted all up. Lopez got dropped. Lopez dropped Kambosos in like the what was it like the 10th round, 9th or 10th round. Kambosos was able to regather himself, and he was able to get the nod on the scorecards, and took all Teofimo Lopez belts back to Australia. He asked. The weird thing was he asked Teofimo Lopez, "Do he want they can run it back?" What I guess the guy that was in. You want to run it back, and Tio was talking about he had to go back to the drawing board. I'm like, back to the drawing board. So you don't want to run it back to get all your titles back. Now he did say before the fight that he's getting paid for 135. He has to move up to 140. And I told people, fighters don't know that they're out on the weight until they lose. Seriously, like he probably, in hindsight, he probably should have just dropped the titles after he beat Lopez. I mean, not Lopez, Lomachenko, and moved to 140. Now, he even mentioned that. He said in the press conference, he said, I should have went on ahead and dropped the titles and moved up to 140. That's what he should have did. Because all signs that were pointing towards something disastrous happened with all the delays. It was too many delays. It was like 2 and 3 delays. He should have just said, forget it. I'm gonna drop the titles. I'm gonna go to 140. That's probably what he should have did. And I don't know what he does from here. To me, he has to go for the rematch. He has to go and rematch the guy, or leave that stain on his record. And when he got an opportunity, probably rematch the guy in Australia. The guy said, "Come to Australia," and he got all the titles. You got to go to Australia now. See, these American fighters act like they can't travel sometimes. Sometimes you have to travel. Crawford traveled overseas to the UK. Earl Spence went to the UK. Tim Bradley went to the UK. There's some fighters that went overseas and were successful. Lomachenko, he's from, is he from Russia or somewhere over there? But fighters have fought overseas. Sometimes you have to do that. And he probably gonna have to go to hostile territory to try to win his titles back. And if the fighter that people say he is, the fighter that him and his father want him to be, and they want to do the takeover and all that, he got to go get those. He at least got to go get those titles back. You know what I'm saying? And if he can make 135 one more time, fight Devin Haney. I think what can get him back on track is beating Kambosos and then beating Devin Haney to be the official undisputed at 135, and then go to 140 and challenge Josh Taylor. He gonna have to do that. He gonna have to. To me, he gonna have to. I mean, you gonna leave 135 unfinished business like that? Well, I mean, if he really can't make the weight, at 135 anymore, okay, move up, maybe see Kambosos later down the line at 140. I don't know. Kambosos look like he's really a 135 pounder. He doesn't look that big. He's not that big. So he looks like he's weight that he's supposed to, that he's going to have his most success. He may can go to 140, but why go to 140? He, like he said, he's a king at 135 now. He's the emperor. He's an emperor at 135. I mean, Lopez, he's to get his mind right, get healed up, and get back out there. The Fulton Figueroa fight, that was a great fight. Great fight. Hats off to both guys. Both guys fought a great fight. I thought Brandon came out and was counter punching Figueroa in like the first 3 rounds. Very, very effective. I had him winning at least 3 of the first 4 rounds. I think Brandon, I can make a case of Brandon Figueroa won one of those rounds, but it started changing around about 5 and 6. That's when Brandon Figueroa started getting on the inside. Brandon Fulton started fighting his fight. I thought Brandon Fulton should have stayed on his wheels, turning Omar. I mean, not Omar. I keep on saying Omar. Brandon Figueroa kept turning him, kept pop shotting him, because you don't have to find. One thing about him, you don't have to find Brandon Figueroa. He's going to try to be there in your chest. So all Brandon had to do was throw his punches out. He was going to hit Figueroa in the face, but he started fighting his fight on the inside. I thought 5, 6, 7, and 8 and 9. I thought those went to Brandon. In my opinion, he was. Look, now when I say aggressive, he made the fight. He was aggressive. He was effective aggression. And what I mean by that is he just wasn't coming forward just to come forward. He was coming forward. He was landing to the body, landing to the head. Do the judges count body shots? I don't know. It all depends on what judges are there. You got to be aware of what judges are judging your fight. I think all fighters need to be aware, because you never know. Some judges judge body shots and some might not. To me, he did some great body work. Stephen Fulton, he was in great shape because he was able to. I thought he was going to, get worn down off the body shots. He did in some rounds. It seemed like he just kept coming back. So he showed some resiliency and kept coming back by Fulton. He's a really good fighter himself. But I thought Figueroa won the fight. I thought he won the fight 7-5. And reason why I thought he won the fight is not only copy box is copy box. You know what I'm saying? We look at it and we get a gauge on how the fight was. They say Omar Figueroa threw like over 1,000 punches. Brandon threw 700 and something. Omar Figueroa landed more punches overall. He landed more body shots. He landed more. He landed more power shots. But that's a combination of the whole fight. So you can't look at the copy box here and say, "Oh, this guy won." So, but you can get a gauge on how aggressive he was. It was just he just ran up the numbers on Fulton. To me, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I maybe give Fulton maybe 11, and I gave Figueroa 12. I don't know if the judges were counting body shots. I assume they was, but I think it was an 8-4 card on there for Brandon Fulton. I didn't see no 8-4. I didn't see nothing close to 8-4. If anything, I would have been happy with a draw. But the judges seen it one way. Figueroa did say, but he's another guy that said before the fight he wanted to move up. If you saying this is my last fight at this weight, you should have moved up a fight ago, in my opinion. But Figueroa, he didn't show no signs of deteriorating. He kept up the pace from round 1 to round 12, the same pace. He didn't slow down at all. It seemed like he had tremendous. Both guys had tremendous cardio, tremendous endurance. So it didn't seem like he was affected by struggling making the weight. I'm pretty sure he does struggle making the weight. He 5'8". The dude, the guy's 5'8". I believe he's like 21, 22. Well, he's like 22, 23. And yeah, your body does, want to hold on to more weight as you get older. Metabolism slow down a little bit, but he's still a young guy. Can he make? Because Fulton said he's down to run it back. Because Fulton said, yeah, it was a close fight. He admitted it was a close fight. Some fighters, when it's a close fight, they don't want to admit it was a close fight. But Fulton said, hey, it was a close fight. And when it's a close fight, it comes down to the judges. And the judges, I thought Figueroa won, but the judges thought Brandon Fulton won. I have no problem with that. It's not a robbery. I know Brandon Figueroa kept saying he thought it was a robbery. No, it's not a robbery. I just thought you won, but my opinion on counts. It's a judge's opinion, and Brandon was able to get the title. I believe Brandon, not Brandon. I believe Brandon. I believe Brandon had the IBF, and I think Figueroa had the WBC. Just correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think that's what it was. But anyway, at 122, Fulton is the unified champion. Now, do they want to run it back? I think Figueroa. I think he may go home and he may think about it. He may want to run it back. Now, one thing about Brandon Figueroa, he needs to use his jab more to get in. If he would have used his jab more to get in, Fulton would have really been in trouble because he's longer. He's longer than Fulton. Fulton is a better athlete. Fulton is a better mover. Fulton is quicker. He got quicker twitch muscles. But Brandon is longer, and he does know how to cut off the ring. Very well. He's physical when he cuts off the ring. He likes to lean on you and bag you up to the ropes. Now, Brandon was bagging Figueroa up sometimes in the fight. I thought he was too much engaged in that though. I think he had control of the fight the first 4 rounds, and then he just let Brandon suck him into that dog fight. And that's Brandon's Figueroa fight, that dog fight, just running up the numbers on you, throwing punch. Now when he said he had hurt Brandon a couple times in the fight, yes, he did. I seen it. I seen when he hurt him to the body. I seen him hurt him to the head a couple times and the body a couple times. To Brandon Fulton's credit, he never went down. So yeah, good fight, man. That was, to me, that's one of the fight. That's a candidate for fight of the year. That's one of them. So I'm hoping that Figueroa run it back to see what happens. Maybe we can get a trilogy out of that. You know what I'm saying? See if he can come back and win a second fight. His adjustment is he got to use his jab more, and Fulton's adjustment is he got to stay more on stay on the outside and be disciplined on the outside. Now, Brandon, he's going to collapse the pocket on you because that's what he does. But what you need to do, what Brandon Fulton need to do, I mean not Brandon Fulton, what Stephen Fulton need to do, what he need to do is when Figueroa come in on him like that, he need to hold him and have the referee break them up. You know what I'm saying? Not a death grip, but, a nice look, act like he holding you, but have your arm up under his and have the referee break it up on the inside and make the referee star draw over. So both guys can make adjustments, and if Figueroa is down to run it back again, I'll watch it again. As for Teofimo Lopez, man, he right. He got to go back to the drawing board, figure out what happened, figure out why his mind wasn't, on the fight. I mean, because it wasn't like Kambosos was this great technician in the ring. He did do some things very well, but he didn't do nothing that I thought that Lopez couldn't handle. You know what I'm saying? Lopez just was overly aggressive. He was trying to knock him out. And sometimes you got to work for the knockout. You know what I'm saying? If you go out there, and fighters say that all the time, fighters will tell you this. If I go out there looking for the knockout, a lot of times I can make it hard for myself because I'm looking for the knockout. So you gotta set it up, man. Because if you have natural power, the knockout is gonna come. We don't know what round is gonna come in, but it's going to come. Usually when you force things, your technique falls off. You start getting sloppy out there. Your opponent start getting more and more confident because you're sloppy. You're not on your game, and that's all it takes in boxing to have a bad night and you lose. There's no team to pick you up, and if you don't do well, you can't tag somebody in. You can't go sit on the bench, get a rest. It's you, all rounds. But let me know what y'all think, man. I'm out. What's up, Phil? I was just talking about T.O., man. T.O. dropped the ball, man. T.O. definitely dropped the ball. But yeah, man, I was just coming on here for a minute talking about those two fights. I thought one of them was compelling based on the fact that T.O. lost all his titles. And the other one was compelling because, well, both of them was pretty good fights. But, you know, the most compelling thing about the T.O. thing is him losing his title. The Brandon Fulton fight, that was a really good fight. You know what I'm saying? That was back and forth action. I got no problem with the winner. Like I said, I thought Brandon won not Brandon. Yeah, Brandon. I thought Brandon Figueroa won 7-5, but hey, it is what it is. Either he gonna move up or go run it back. I'm out.